The computer. Hey, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to our Thursday call. I hope you are excited as I am to be sharing this hour with you guys. We know our time is our most precious commodity, so I thank you in advance for spending at least an hour with us as we spend some time talking about a unique opportunity, my friends, a unique company that I got introduced to several months ago. And to be honest, I've not been the same since, and that's in a good way. Right? So we're going to talk about this company called Timol. They have given us an opportunity of a lifetime, and you guys may have seen this or heard about opportunities. And if you're brand new to the call today, please put a one in the chat. Love to know who you are. Welcome you to our Zoom meeting. Okay, but we do these calls on a Thursday and a Monday, and on a Monday we talk the other side of our business, the income side. But tonight we're going to do a deep dive just in the product that we have on our hands. The product is the star of the show, and for me, my friends, it's a product of a lifetime that has arrived, not just an opportunity of a lifetime. So let's just have a look at what we're talking about. What's the biggest challenge we have in our health these days, my friends? I'm sure you will agree with me that the modern day lifestyle and the modern day foods to go with it, may not be the best off for our bodies. Okay, they are convenient for sure. They are sometimes, very, very easy on the pocket. But there is a price, like with anything in life. And so anything with a moderation, my friends, I'm sure you would agree, right? You have too much of one thing, it's never good, right? You always have to have that balance in life, especially when it comes to acidic food. And we're going to be talking about acidity in your body, acidity in your blood, why there's such a big challenge with people's health today. With all the information we know at our fingertips, we are probably one of the most unhealthiest generation out there, and it's not because of your own choices. It's so many things that we are, I would say, in almost a war against. I was sharing on the Zooms in the US recently. They spoke about a product labeling system where they have to label these products. And one of the labels they're putting on the foods, would you believe this, is that the food is not fit for human consumption. Yes, you heard me right. There's foods being sold in grocery stores that have labels where it says the food is not fit for human consumption. Don't even know how they can get away with that. But anyway, this is the craziness that's going on out there, my friends. So we are literally in a challenge like we've never seen before. So you really have to read every single thing that you are putting in your bodies, the labels. You almost have to be a pharmacist to know if you're putting the right ingredients in your body these days. All right. So on the left hand side, we know there's a lot of food there, fast food, junk food, and stuff like that. I come from an IT background. We had an acronym: garbage in, garbage out. But the problem is with food is not what comes out, is what stays behind, what's left behind. That is a major problem. And on the flip side of it, for those of you who are, into your greens, and you make sure you go to the supermarket and you spend your money on your kale and your barley and your wheatgrass and all this kind of stuff, right? Unfortunately, so many things are just sprayed to death. The soil is depleted, and then to boot, it's been sprayed like crazy with pesticides and all things of that nature. So you can imagine we are in a real challenging situation. The food is bankrupt for the most part. Okay. And why is that such a big deal? We're talking about water tonight, but why am I talking so much about food? Well, of course, the two go hand in hand. Ideally, we would love to get all the colors of the rainbow on our plates, beautiful. If you could do that, and every time and every meal, you've got the right balance there. But for the most part, that is also a bit of a challenge. Growing up in the 70s, the statement was an apple a day kept the doctor away. Or Mars, well, was it Mars a day? Mars a day didn't do nothing good for you. But that's what I used to chomp on. But now I think you need at least 10 apples a day to even get close to the level of antioxidants that we used to get in an apple these days. So it's amazing. You put stuff on and you get it home, and before you know it, it's going off. What's up with that? Things are being forced, ripe, picked early. It's all about profits rather than what product we're going to give you, what good quality product we're going to give you. So it's a real challenging time, my friends. And so it blows me away that this gentleman 100 years ago, this gentleman here who won a Nobel Prize in 1931, can you believe that? His thesis was the primary cause and prevention of cancer. Okay, now it was all about acidity. The foods I showed you at the start with the, you know, the ice creams and the diet cokes and all this kind of stuff, and the fizzy carbonated drinks and all the things that we have, that wasn't a staple in 1931. There wasn't Big Macs and there wasn't Whoppers and there wasn't all of what we have as like regular now back in 1931. And yet this gentleman here, his work was on the metabolism of tumors. Okay, Otto Heinrich Warburg demonstrated that all forms of cancer develop due to two basic conditions. Now, was it some cancers? Was it one type of cancer? No, he said all forms of cancer was due to two basic conditions. And my friends, we're going to do a deep dive today talking about acidity of the blood, which is acidosis, and the lack of oxygen, which is hypoxia. Okay, these things I didn't even realize, you know, our cells were getting deprived of the nutrients and the oxygen that we need just to be able to fend off some of the health challenges that is all around us, unfortunately. And so cancerous tissues are acidic tissues, healthy ones are alkaline tissues. So if that's our base, if that's our premise for this Zoom tonight, then I'm sure, you know, you want to stick around and find out how is it possible to combat that in a very cost-effective, easy way. Like I'm going to go on to say this: cancer grows in oxygen-deprived acidic tissues. So again, imagine, I just blew me away. You know, I knew personally that, you know, acidic tissues are cancerous, right? If you have your body in a more alkaline state, then you're gonna give your body what your body needs. Your body's gonna have a fighting chance to basically deal with so many different things, right? And fortunately, it's that balance, right? I spoke about at the start of not, you know, grabbing those drinks that may taste nice, sugary drinks and things of that. You know, cancer feeds off sugar. And trust me, I wasn't a guy who drank a lot of water until I came across this company and this product. And now I love this water. I drink it more than I would drink any of those soft drinks, because it's such a refreshing taste, and the benefits are immense that you're going to hear about. And this statement here, you know, deprive a cell 35% of oxygen for 48 hours and it may become cancerous. I mean, that just blew me away. That information blew me away. And so again, you can do your own due diligence on everything I'm talking about. So the other thing we spoke about was, we're going to speak about, is free radicals. Okay, now free radicals, as I sometimes joke about saying, is not a rap group, even though I get a little laugh out of that myself. It's basically an isolated oxygen atom. Too much of that running around in your body is going to be a harm. It's going to do your body harm. And we're going to see the effects of that. And there's a whole laundry list of what happens when you have too much free radicals. You know, that slide I showed, as beautiful as it was with all the different fruits and everything on there, this is what we want to be putting in our bodies to help reduce the antioxidant effect of these free radicals running around in our bodies. So we need that, okay? It's not just for show. It doesn't just look good on the side of your plate. No, it's actually there for a reason. So we have this situation going on, my friends. If you don't, you obviously get your bloods done, you're not necessarily going to see what's going on, but you may feel sluggish. Then maybe, you know, your body's not running right. If you jump into your car, and my wife was telling me this the other day, you know, when she put her foot on the accelerator, it wasn't really going, like, you know, dipping in and out of traffic like, you know, sometimes you have to do. And if you're, you know, you can feel that, right? You know what the car feels like when it's got something there and when it hasn't. Same with your body. You know, if you wake up and it's like, wait there, that don't feel right. You know what I mean? You know, you're your first point of call before you even go to the doctors, right? And so what's happening is, if your cells aren't getting the proper hydration, oxidation, you're going to have challenges. You're going to start to see what we see on the right-hand side is your cells is going to get overrun with, you know, what we're talking about, these excess free radicals going into your bloodstream. Of course, we do not want that. We want our cells to be healthy as much as we can. And so again, this research was done in 1954, before most of you guys, if not maybe all of you, was a twinkling in your parents' eyes. Okay, this is information that is as prevalent in 1954 as it is in 2026. So let's just have a look at what happens when your body does have too much free radical damage. There's a link, overwhelming amount of information. And everything I'm talking about, my friends, I'm going to be backing it up with doctors, because I'm no doctor. Like I said, my background is IT. Show me a computer, show me a wallet, I know what to do with it. Don't show me the human body. That's somebody else's profession, right? The guys with the stethoscope around around their neck. So this gentleman here, Dr. Richard Cutler, the former director of the NIA. I love this. I actually had to include this slide because I thought it was so powerful. He spoke about cardiovascular disease, diabetes, right? Age-related degeneration, Alzheimer's. I can't even talk today. I'm too excited. Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, cancers, metabolic tumor disorders. The list goes on. So imagine you have all of these different things taking place in your body, right? And you're wondering, what is it? Why am I not feeling the way I should be? Could it be that you've got excess free radicals running around in your body? Could it be? I don't know. I'm not a medical professional, but we're going to talk about what the effects of that on your skin, on your face. Like, if you know for sure that you should be looking older than your time, then this is maybe an effect of that. Okay, so we don't know, like, until we see something, until we feel something, that's something happening. But I'm a big believer in prevention better than cure. Why wait until you get a diagnosis from someone or have to visit someone? Why not deal with it head on, right? And so, you know, if you are looking older than your time, then maybe because of something like I just mentioned, okay? Could be the fact we've got that going on. You could be dehydrated. You're not giving your body you know, what the body needs. So again, we want to have our skin, our health, our nails looking, you know, vibrant. We want to be as vibrant as we can be. If you don't believe me, check out this video. 2 minutes and I'll be back. Check this out.
When we are thirsty, we fill a glass with tap water or drink some water from a plastic bottle. After all, water is water, right? Magnetized water is popular in Japan. But before we get to know its properties, it is important to understand how and what happens to magnetized water. If you take some water to analyze, you will notice that its molecules are disordered. This is because of the minerals. When submitted to magnetic fields, the molecules turn back into their normal state, which makes the water more beneficial to our health, since it heightens the energetic balance of the body and strengthens the immune system in general. That's why magnetized water helps prevent many diseases of the human body. Did you know that more than 70% of our bodies are formed by water? We need to replenish water to eliminate toxins from the body, hydrate tissues and cells, help the kidneys, facilitate blood flow, to fight bloating and boost immunity. Some of the benefits of magnetized water are: helps in nutrition and hydration of cells, aids in cell cleanse, reduces blood acidity and the excess of free radicals in the body, increases the oxygen in cells and blood, makes the hair softer, moisturizes the skin, leaving it soft and healthy, aids in the prevention of many diseases, lowers blood sugar levels, preventing diabetes, helps prevent many types of cancer, reduces the risk of osteoporosis and fractures by increasing the bone density and bone resistance, avoids premature aging, increases energy levels. According to studies published by the National Institutes of Health, USA, drinking magnetized water means more quality of life. If you already knew about magnetized water, tell us what you think.
Yes, I am going to tell you exactly what I think, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. Because before having, you know, been introduced to this product and this company, I had, you know, a little bit of health challenges, nothing major, but, you know, we'll talk about that a bit later. And trust me, things have changed dramatically since February. So we're going to talk about this chemical reaction of water. So when it's super magnetized, it's known as water hydrolysis. So H2O, as we know, is water. dissociates into OH minus and H plus. There's hydroxide ions and hydrogen ions. So let's have a look at that in a bit more detail. We're going to talk about what happens to your water, and why not all water is the same. In fact, I think we should start off with that statement, because so many people think, it's just water. And you would be, forgiven for thinking that until you do try it and you see the benefits that are absolutely unquestionably works for so many people across so many different genres, across so many different countries. We don't all come to that conclusion just by coincidence. No, the product actually works. So when you've got these hydrogen ions, these clusters of water, we're going to deal with a problem that we're having, which is not getting enough hydration, oxygen into your cells. So we're going to add to the mix calcium and magnesium. So this company has come with a great solution to a worldwide problem. This isn't just a Western world issue, it's a worldwide issue. Okay, and we have a worldwide solution, which I'm absolutely loving, because we can really help so many people across many continents are out there, countries all over the place, right? Just by opening up our mouths and letting somebody know about what we have on our hands here. So the minerals found in the water reacts to those hydroxide ions, and it forms this alkaline hydroxide. So calcium, magnesium, something that we're not getting enough of. And do your own research, Google it if you don't know. When your body lacks calcium and magnesium, what happens to the body? Okay, and which is why back in the day, the soil used to be rich with so much minerals. It's non-existent, right? So when consuming magnetized water, my friend, it reduces the body's acidity. And everything I tell you tonight, don't believe a word I say. Okay, do your own research, check it out for yourself. And something definitely does happen when you start drinking magnetized water. You may find yourself going to the washroom a bit more than normal. Why? Because of this slide. Okay, you're going to see what happens with the H2O. As I mentioned, dissociates into OH minus and H plus. And those free radicals, those pesky free radicals that are ravaging your cells, doing all sorts of stuff, right? And I don't know why one of the distributors is calling me when it's Zoom time. Anyway, I'm going to tell her off. She should be on the Zoom. Anyway, so we have this neutralizing effect taking place. H2O gets this free radicals neutralized. So it says here, when you drink the water, the hydrogen ions react with the excess free radicals in your body, forming water. How about that, my friends? Isn't that absolutely amazing? So the mere fact is, your body is acting differently. You're gonna find yourself in a detoxing sensation going on. You may have somebody saying, oh, they don't want to drink the water because it's making them pass wind. Yes, it needs to. It's not sitting there for no other reason. Your body needs to get rid of stuff, right? And if it's not, it's gonna cause a problem. Imagine if you're bunged up. I mean, people who are constipated, it's not a nice thing. It's not a nice thing at all. Just ask them; they'll tell you. And so we need to get our body moving, all right? And this product will get you moving. They say the new form of what's it called? Smoking is sitting. We sit too much, all right? We're sitting everywhere. We don't even move. Back in the day, how old I am, right? I used to be the remote control, right? If I want to change the channel, and we only had 3 channels back then, and then channel 4 came, we were just changing. I was the remote control. Now you don't even need to leave your seat for anything. Somebody turns up at your door with the food. Somebody turns up at your door with the products you want. You don't need to leave your house at all. You've got self-driving cars. I mean, come on now. So seriously, we need something to make us move. And this water will get you moving out of your seat, even if you don't want it, which is why I love it, because I work from home. So did you know, my friends, 70% of your body is made up of water, at least. And if you find yourself feeling dehydrated in the mornings, throughout the day, and you drink your favorite beverage, whether it's coffee, whether it's sodas, whatever, but your brain needs water. Imagine your body's going to find a way to get that water. It will find it one way or the other. And if you're depriving your body, guess what? You're going to start feeling maybe not the best. Start putting that water in and you start to come back alive. And I get it, guys. I get it. I'm not the person I was 4 months ago. 4 months ago, don't even tell me about drinking more water, because I was drinking about a liter and a half a day, and I couldn't take it. In fact, just the other day, just to see, am I just making it up is it all in my head? I drank a regular bottle of water, and it was no cheap bottle of water either. And I drank it, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't drink it like this. I had to pour it into my Timol, and then that was it. Downed it, no problem. So that was my biggest challenge. You could be the person drinking loads of water, but you're not feeling the benefits of drinking the water because of some of the things I've just spoken about. So I was on the other fence. I was not drinking enough. There we go. There, I was definitely not going to receive all the benefits. And now it's a different ball game. So water determines disease. Water determines health. Appropriate, adequate water restores health. Ionized water hydrates, alkalizes, antioxidizes, and detoxifies. Water can be used as medicine. Let thy water be thy food. Socrates. Dr. Laia Ribeiro. This is a doctor from Brazil. And Simone knows more about him than I do. But it's just like my friend. I every week I find myself compelled to talk about this book, Your Body Many Cries for Water. This is a revolutionary book that spoke about a gentleman, a doctor who went into the prisons in Tehran. He had a captive audience, right? He had all his clients, customers right there. They were suffering all sorts of health conditions, and he treated them with water. Okay, unbelievable. So when I make references to these doctors, is because I want you to do your own research. Now you add magnetic water to the mix, guys. We're supercharging stuff. It's a different ball game, you know. Absolutely. So what is the difference, my friends, between water that hydrates and water that does not hydrate? Okay, that is the question that I hope you kind of get an answer on. What is going on? Why are we now, seeing maybe clearly, oh yeah, that water's, I'm drinking a lot, but I'm still not feeling hydrated, against water that does hydrate. So I have to dive into that. Some people keep messaging me. So water that does hydrate is where we're going to really take a deeper dive in, right? So I wanted to give this analogy here. This is obviously a goldfish tank. Oh my goodness. And people calling me left, right, and center. What is wrong with them? We got on the left side a beautiful fish tank. It's got all the niceties in there. It's got the oxygen going in there. Somebody spent some good money in there, put the nice fish. And on the right hand side, maybe not so much. Okay. Now let me ask you a question. Pop quiz. If you could see what was going on in your cells, and your cells were swimming in what was seen on the right hand side, you probably would want to do something about it, right? Of course, that's a no-brainer. You would want what you're seeing on the left. And a lot of our cells are swimming in an environment that is very acidic. It's like trying to move through, mud. It's not going to happen. And you imagine your body, your water that's in your body that you're drinking. You want it to be in a flowing state. When I go and get my water, I spend big money buying these big water cases, right? 15 liters at a time. And I don't know how long it's been sitting there in the warehouse. It's definitely not straight from a spring, right? Or from a waterfall. It's been sitting there. I have to dust it off. I have to clean it off. I have to rinse it off before I even consider even pouring out the contents, right? That's how, nasty it can be, right? Before you actually even take the product. So imagine, we know it's everywhere. The challenges we're having with plastic bottles, right? Microplastics. There's research showing the amount of the link between Alzheimer's, things of that nature, because of the plastics that is in us, because we're drinking so much of it. It's all around us. And so ideally, if we can get away from that, and get proper, decent, clean filtration in our homes, and a product that really works, oh my goodness, you're going to just find your health. If you're in an unhealthy situation right now, you may find your health just naturally coming back to the form it was. Guys, I can't stress how important that is. And if you don't believe me, you might believe this gentleman. 2 more minutes, I'll play this short video, and then I'll come back and do a deeper dive.
First, the water that most people drink has lost its original structural characteristics from when it was alive in nature. In springs, streams, and rivers, water is constantly moving. This favors its oxygenation, in addition to its structure being composed of small molecules, which increases its hydration power in the body. When water is stored or kept in containers, its surface tension is altered. Thus it becomes much heavier, with the formation of large molecule clusters, which are completely disorganized and lose oxygen. This molecular change compromises the penetration of water into cells that form organ tissues. But the original characteristics of water, so necessary for a good cellular hydration, can be restored. This is where magnetic treatment comes in. When water is subjected to a magnetic field, an event called hydrolysis occurs, which means breaking up of water. That is, the movement caused by the molecules causes a rupture of the clusters and promotes rearrangement into much smaller structures. Thus, these H2O molecules penetrate the cells much more easily, promoting better cellular hydration and cleaning. The second point observed in the various studies carried out with magnetized water is that it contributes to a reduction of excess of free radicals. How does this happen? When water undergoes magnetic treatment, there is an ionic dissociation, that is, the H2O water molecule formed by 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom breaks up, releasing hydroxyl ions and hydrogen ions. Excess free radicals that are present in the body are negative ions, and they combine with hydrogen ions, forming new H2O molecules, thus removing them from the body. This is a very simple chemical equation that has been observed by several researchers. The third point is about the contribution to the maintenance of blood alkalinity, helping the mechanisms of our body. In hydrolysis, as we have seen, there are negative hydroxyl ions left over. This hydroxyl reacts with magnesium and calcium ions present in vital environments of our body, forming alkaline hydroxyls, in this case magnesium and calcium hydroxyls. These reactions help in the maintenance of blood pH and oxygen content. It is for all these reasons that water treated magnetically helps in the maintenance of good health.
Absolutely. This guy always catches me out because I'm expecting him to talk more. So absolutely, you know, the benefits of magnetized water, my friends, and what we have is absolutely immense. So to really drive that point home, I want to do a deeper dive on what he spoke about when you saw that video, and if he was watching it, on the problem that we have. You may not think it was a problem. I didn't know it was a problem until I got introduced to this company. So our cells, they have an entry point, and our cells, they need, just like us, we feed our mouths with things. We want to get the benefits of what we're giving our body, right? Our cells need it. So if the cells are deprived, guess what? Nobody's happy. You know, if mama's not happy, nobody's happy. So we want to make sure the cells are receiving the nutrients, we get good hydration, to getting oxygen in there. And as I started the Zoom, and for those of you who may have hopped on late, if you do not give your body, on your cells, enough oxygen and you deprive it, they could become cancerous. Okay? Not me saying it. Okay? I didn't win no Nobel Prize on that. Wouldn't mind if I did. So again, so we need to give our bodies what the body requires in order for our bodies to be effective. Just like we give our cars and we spend a lot of time and money on those things, but there's nothing more you can put more benefit and more focus on than your body, my friends. So what happens? Your regular water that you're drinking, that I'm spending all of this money on, I'm not feeling hydrated, I don't even like the taste, right? Look what happens. When without magnetic treatment, you have your clusters. The clusters are not getting broken down. So it's sitting outside of the entry point of your cells. Could that be one of the challenges that was making me not getting the most efficiency from my water? I'm spending all this money. I'm almost like a middleman, just going to the superstore, buying all buying all this water, drinking some of it every now and then, and not getting the benefits. It's like, seriously? So hard water full of clusters prevents the penetration. At best, you're getting partial hydration, okay, into the membrane of the cells. So that's what happens when water does not hydrate. Now let's have a look at water that does hydrate. And funny enough, we have a solution. Magnetic treatment on that water, that same water that I find a challenge to drink, that I was drinking no more than maybe a liter to liter and a half a day. I'm now drinking comfortably more than 3 liters. And this ain't about me. It's just like what's happened for me. Everybody on this call who's tried this company, tried this product, they will have their own testimony, and we'll hear some testimonials later on today, which always blows me away. So this is light and better absorbing. I kept hearing that. Before I went to London, I kept hearing how, my gosh, this water is so amazing. I'm like, seriously, guys, you're driving me insane. I need to come over and get hold of my product. And now I'm the one talking like that. Right? It's like now I'm affected. So the magnetization breaks up these clusters that we spoke about, decreasing the hardness in the water, promoting hydration and total nutrition of your cells. That's what happens when water hydrates. So I love this slide. Actually, one of my most favorite slides. So again, the benefits of what this company, Timol, and their magnetized water, because we're not the only one that does magnetized water. No, there's scores of companies out there. But what this company has done and the way they've done it has made it an absolute game changer. So alkalizing the blood, reducing excess free radicals, and improves oxygenation. So doing those 3 things are so crucial. I had no idea that was such a cornerstone for my health. Drinking enough water and getting the right level of minerals in my body. Good and healthy life. And I profess to be somebody fairly healthy, and thank God not had too many health challenges along the way. So again, don't believe a word I say. Do your own research, right? There's a product this company has brought to the market called Sylocimol. I'm going to talk about that in extensive detail. Again, there's technology research has been done on this product. It's not on trial, my friends. You may not have heard of it. Oh, you may have heard of it. I never heard of it, and the company has been going for 22 years. All right, just to really rubber stamp that point home, that 10 years after the company had been in business, this certificate was awarded to them. Okay, by the World Health Organization. You say who? Yeah, exactly, World Health Organization. So they declared the recognition and the suitability of the Brazilian company Timol as the only one complying with the standards and requirements of this institution for adopting a system or method of magnetic water treatment or correction as a system or method of health protection and recovery with scientifically proven efficiency. Yeah, not just what I think, not just what whoever's invited you on this call thinks, no, but with totally proven efficiency, scientifically proven efficiency on how this works. And this company, there's an image of the company there. It's not just a fake building. We have Simone on the call today. She's just recently come back from Brazil, and we're going to hear from her momentarily. So Sylocimol, this one of the products. This is a flagship product, my friends. Okay, I'm going to show you. There's 2 variants of the household product, which is the mega combo and the mini combo. They both do the same thing. They just treat different amounts of water. So you have the 20-liter version, the mega combo. So you can put that in your water jug, your water bottle at home, however your container at home, and you can obviously have that for the family and anybody else that wants to visit and try the product. You can sample and all things of that nature. I've been able to sample and give products for them people to try the product that are close around me, and the testimonials I had come back, and some of you guys have heard them from people I've invited onto the call, have been nothing short but amazing. So the effects of magnetized water is alkalization of the blood, the body, and we spoke about increasing bone mineral mass, which, as we know, as we get older, you heard it on the video, osteoporosis, for example, as people age, we care about them. We want to make sure they don't suffer any falls or anything like that in both sense of the words, right? Because the bones aren't as strong as they may have been in their 20s and 30s, all right? And so this helps with bone mineral mass, and I personally feel that really helped me, increasing blood oxygenation, increasing minerals and the water by Top H plus. So Top H plus is the green one, that's the minerals. That product will last you 3 years out of the box in use, 3 years at least. And the other one, the magnet, will last you 30 years. So guys, these are my dynamic duo. These they sit in my water bottle. Don't know if you can see that, but they sit in my water bottle. They go with me wherever I go. I take it with me. Same for Simone. I know Simone, when she's in the Eiffel Tower, when she's in Dubai, whether she's in Brazil, doesn't leave home without her. I don't go even leave my house to go to the store without my water bottle. It's just like it's part of me. If I have my cell phone in one hand, trust me, I've got my phone in the other. Right, Simone? Same thing, right? It's a absolute game changer. And so there's many different applications you can have. Like I said, I use the 3 liter one in my water bottle because I've got a 2 liter water bottle, so it's fine. The one at home, we've got a bigger one. We use the 20 liter one version in there, the mega combo. But you can see there's so many different variants. Just pour it in your water jug, leave it for 20 minutes for it to do its thing, and then drink. Boom, you're good to go. So if you've got good filtration, clean up the filters and the water, the nastiness. There's so much nastiness in the tap water and stuff. So you still need to clean that up, right? Get the best. You get your if you're buying bottled water, then pour that into your jug and let this do its thing. But if you've got proper filtration at home, that's going to be amazing. Just going to make it even better. Do a search, go online, YouTube, do a search for Sylocimol. You'll see testimonials. We are bringing more testimonials to the game in English, because this business, my friends, started by this young man here, Mr. Carlos Henrique. And I want Simone to speak a bit about this gentleman here, because 22 years ago, he formed Timol, 22 years ago. And 18 of those was just in Brazil. We didn't even have a Scooby as to what this company was and who this gentleman is. And now, because of people like, well, I've got to take my hat off to Simone, sharing this outside of Brazil, and and Italia and other people who have now, Augusta, who've now literally changed so many lives. So I wanna open up the floor to Simone to come on and talk about this company, especially this gentleman here. And yes, Simone, welcome back first of all from Brazil.
Yes, hello everybody. Good evening. Yeah, it was an amazing trip. I went to Brazil, and of course I went to Timol companies as well, because I love when I go there and I see everybody, I talk to everybody, and it's nice to be around the people who work with the company, because when you're there, you really feel the energy, you feel the vibe, and you feel the love. And you see all the time people come and go, come and go, come to collect more product. It's all the time. The phone doesn't stop. And this is show I'm in the right place. Because to see a company doesn't stop, it's like all the time there. People call all the time. The people go there to collect the product. They keep it put in the box because people order. They need to deliver it. So it's nice to see those movements in the company. And everybody there is really amazing. I love it. I love when I go to Brazil and I have a chance to go to the company. And of course, I met the owner of the company, the CEO of the company, and to see how much he loved his project and how much he liked to see people enjoy as well the company, because more people enjoy the company is means more people gonna know about the project, because this was happened to me after I knew the project, because my daughter used to have a lot of cramps and pain. So when I saw the result on her, I feel like, okay, I need to spread her. I cannot hold this. And to know after this, if I put in the paper and start calculate how many people I help, it's gonna be like in 4 years, like more than 3,000 people. And then you think, oh my God, I've been helping all these people, and people I don't even know, because I help one person, but this person, like Natalia, I talked to Natalia because I didn't know Natalia, but I know one person, and then this person know another one, and there's another one know Natalia. See, how long is gonna be for me to meet Natalia for the first time? And then after her, So many people come. We are in Africa, and Natalia brought a doctor, and this doctor, when I talked to him, changed a lot, because he's try. I make him. I have a meeting with him, and after 5 months, he say, "I enjoy the company." Why? Because he's a doctor. Of course, he need to try the water, and this is what he did. He tried the water, and after he saw the results, he started helping his patient. And now I don't have idea how many people he's been helping. And to know you've been helping people so far away in another country, doesn't even speak the same language to you, and it's a bless. This
Mm,
project for me is means a bless. It's really a bless for me. That's why I think everybody should try first. Try the water, drink it, see the results. Make sure you're doing the right. It's not like drink 1 cup a day and say, "Oh, I don't see the result." No, 1 cup a day isn't gonna make a difference in your body. But when you do it the right way, is you gonna be able to help other people. That's why I say to everybody, when you don't drink properly, I feel like it's very sad because you're not gonna see the result. But the worst is if you know someone is sick, you're not gonna tell this person you need to drink this water. You're not gonna tell them. So this person gonna miss to find out about this project. And this the part is sad because there's so many people pray for something good to come to them, pray to find some solution for the pain they have, and they don't know about this water can help. It's not a cure, it's not 100% it's gonna finish, no, but it's gonna help a lot. Yeah, it's a lot of benefits in this water. And today I was with Howard and Glenn, and then he said something was really surprised me because he's got a filter, amazing filter. What I tell everybody, we need to have a filter home. But he's got an amazing filter. But he says, "Simone, when I leave home, I don't have that water anymore. I need to buy normal water, mineral water, plastic water." And but he says, "Simone, but still I didn't see the benefits. Since I started this water, I saw so many benefits, and I have this amazing filter." And then when you think like for buy that filter, you need to buy 22, this one, 22 to
yeah.
get one that filter is got a
Yeah.
amazing filter. It's really amazing. But you
Hmm.
need 22 of this. So this one is something you take everywhere. Like me, I go every country I go with my water bottle. Like I say, I don't go anywhere without to go with my water bottle.
Yeah.
So it's something amazing, isn't it? It's really a
Mm.
bless.
Yeah. For real. Absolutely. Yeah,
Mm.
it's such a game changer. But yeah, you really touched on a good point there. Our market, the people that excuse me, may not have thousands of dollars to buy the top end filter, and those who do have, great. I'm a big advocate of get
Yeah,
the best filter that you can.
yeah,
But I've never seen anything for this price doing
yeah,
what it does. Unbelievable.
yeah,
And it's literally unbelievable. So I know there's so many more people we can affect because it's within most people's reach of being able to get something like this, and we can grow from there. So again, I know you was in the Amazon, you was at the headquarters of the company, and this is a 22-year-old company, guys. It's not just brand new, maybe brand new to us, some of us who never heard about it before. I tend to think I get to hear about a lot of companies, that have been around a little while, and I never heard of this company. I was like, wow, this is a hidden giant. We need to get the word out. Like, this is why I do these calls. I'm so excited about this company, like none other. I do many things online, but this, my friends, really
Junior.
gets me
Yeah.
excited. Oh, let me just mute Natalia there. So I'm gonna just we're talking about the expansion of the company. There's countries around the world, many different places. But guys, wherever we go, like I said, I was traveling to Dominican Republic the other day. I had my water bottle going through, the machine. The lady's asking me, what is that? And, thinking that there might be something that I shouldn't take. I said, no, it's magnetic water. And if I was really switched on, I would have given her a little poster there to say, look, check this out. And who knows? Never miss an opportunity to market, my friends. So This product, Sylocimol, is not intended to cure disease, okay? Rather to magnetize water. Simple as, my friends. And it does exactly what it says in the tin. There's a advert back in the day, Ron Seal. It does what it says on the tin, my friends. I don't even think it even says it on there, but that's what it does. It just magnetizes water. But it goes way beyond that. Magnetization of your water, giving you the benefits, getting rid of the acidity, removing the free radicals from your body. Doing all of that, your body's going to love you forever. Okay, be good to your bodies. All right. So I'm going to stop here, and I just want to see if we have anybody who wants to share, have a testimonial, have a comment, or whatever. Now's a good time to raise your digital hand, or if you don't want to come on camera, type in the comments. There's a chat box. You can type there if you want. Let me see if there's anything there already. I don't think there is, but I'll have a check. Welcome and yeah, everyone. What is here? Okay, so yeah, so anybody who wants to share, let me know. I will take this time while people may be thinking about what they want to say. Is that 3 months ago, I heard about this company. In fact, what were we at? May now. Oh my gosh, May. So back in January, I was watching a Zoom similar to what you're seeing today. Simone was sharing some information. She had some people talking, sharing testimonials, and I was like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. This can't be true. Some of the testimonials were just absolutely jaw-dropping. And I was like, man alive, if this just helps me. Now, I had this pain in my hip. Those of you know, been struggling with this pain. This pain has been a real pain in my hip. And, for the longest time, I've been going to the chiropractor. I've been going to the physio, spending money, spending time trying to get rid of this. And guys, I wasn't somebody who had any real health challenges, until I hit my 50s. When I hit my 50s, they were like, boom, we're going to hit you with this. You're going to get a bit of sciatica now. You see what that feels like. We're going to give you a bit of that. And it's amazing. Since drinking this water, for somebody who never drank a lot of water, who couldn't take the taste of drinking a lot of water, I'm just like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? The past 22 years in Brazil. My goodness, my health, I genuinely feel that I rolled back the clock about 10, 15 years. The way I feel in my body, we've got Harold on here who says, he does a lot of dancing. I love dancing, right? And trust me, the way I feel in my body, I reckon I could outdance anyone. You know what I'm saying? Even the Brazilians on the call. We know they like to dance. But yeah, I'm serious. I feel so good in my body. Sometimes I'm jumping around like a kid. I'm running up down the stairs. I'm skipping. What's wrong with me? It's this water. It's crazy. So my friends, if you've never tried this water, it's not a funny water. It's just going to give you energy. It's going to, I feel like it's really brought my energy levels back to a level that I felt a bit sluggish, to be fairly honest with you. And sometimes drinking those fizzy drinks because I wanted to get that sugar rush. I don't need that. I really don't need that. I've got exactly all what I need in this water bottle. It's the most cost-effective thing on the planet. And again, we're not going to talk price and stuff on the call. Whoever's invited you on, they can talk to you about, the different products and what you want to get. All I can say is this product has been an absolute game changer for me. So don't know, is there anybody else who wants to share, excuse me, anything on the call? We've got a few more minutes, probably about another 5 minutes or so before we can wrap up. I don't see anything in the chat. Anybody wants to come on, let me know. I see Harold with his finger up. I hope that was the right finger, my friends. So over to you, my friend. Hop on. The floor is yours.
First of all, I must say I'm glad to see quite a few faces, quite a few names on the call. Welcome for coming on the call. And as per usual, Lee always does a great delivery. But I know some of you hear my testimonies over and over again, but I've got to share with you because there's quite a few new people on this call. When I first got this product here, I was actually dancing in Bognor Regis. I just got my product, went to Bognor Regis. I had some food in the hotel which was a bit unpleasant. I was drinking the water, And my gosh, I mean, for the Caribbean, we have a thing we call washout, where where it cleans you out. I literally it cleaned me out, right? Had 3 baths in the hotel that weekend, right? But I felt good after. That's the first testimony. The second one, for the last 5 years, I don't claim it, but I suffer with hay fever. I mean, last 2 months, the month of March and April, where my eyes are red and sore and I itch like crazy. My throat's, well up. When I say my eyes are red, I do that all the time. Well, Glenn said to me, you should spray your eyes with a water bottle. So I put the water in this spray bottle. I spray my eyes. The whole of March, not April, not one sore, not one itch. I'm like, wow, this is phenomenal. This is a miracle. All right. It gets better. My third testimony, I've got a 14-seater minibus, which I drive my under 12s football team. I take them out to their football matches. And we gave them a special treat to go to my favorite team, Chelsea's training ground in Cobham. And because it's a long drive, and when you drink water, you go to the toilet quite a lot. I don't know what I did, but I left it at home. Anyway, I went to the post office the next day, and I had a migraine. I'm like, how can I have a migraine? I'm drinking water. But I forgot I didn't drink water the whole of the day before, so I was dehydrated. So I rushed home, got my water. I drank my water like no tomorrow. I went to my friend's house, who lives about 15 minutes away from me. And by the time I got to his house, my migraine went. I went, no, this is crazy. Because when I get migraines, it takes 2.5, 3 hours of one cup of water down. It takes 2, 3 hours before the migraine goes. It went in 15 minutes. I'm like, wow, this is crazy. And it gets better. Now, we snack out now and then. I hate these mini cheddar crisps, as you do. By the way, when I start eating these crisps now, I can actually taste the oil. It's like, ugh, because I didn't eat them more. Plus, when I'm eating sugary things, I can taste the sugar. So that's caused me not to sort of snack out like before. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. But let me tell you something, a serious tip. What really gave me made me get emotional was I got a phone call 4 weeks ago from my good friend, and she said to me, she's in the hospital with breast cancer, stage 4. I said, what? I said, hang on a minute. I'm going to meet Natalia. You need to speak to this lady. She's gone through, you've gone through, right? So I rang Natalia. So I'm gonna go to your house to get one of these, right? So basically, I went to Natalia's house, rang my friend, and Natalia and my friend spoke. And Natalia said to her, don't worry, don't stress, don't worry. Harold's gonna come to you tomorrow and bring you your advice. So I rushed off to Costco. I bought a 5-liter glass container to put the water in. I bought a component and I charged up 5 liters of water. I went to the hospital and the 2 cousins were there by a bed. So I walked and said, right, here's your water. You're not drinking that rubbish. This is the water for you. And one of the cousins said, oh, I don't drink bottled water. I drink fizzy water. I said, what? Fizzy water's acid. I went, nurse, can I get 3 cups, please? So I gave 1 cup to the one cousin, 1 cup to the other cousin, 1 for myself. Sat down by my friend's bed because she hasn't taken the chemo, but she got all the drugs being pumped up on the bed like a zombie. And after about half an hour, she goes, oh, I feel like, She goes, sorry guys, sorry about the smell, right? So because obviously she's cleaning it out, right? And the one who said I don't drink water said, oh, can I get another cup, please? I thought, oh, okay, you don't like water. And the next day, my friend rang me. She said to me, Harold, the swelling's gone down my hand. And 2 days after, she said to me, Harold, it's the best I've felt for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I felt I got my life back. And she's out, this is 4 weeks ago. She's out of hospital now. And twice a week, I check in and ring her. And I spoke to her about 3 days ago. And she said, Harold, all the tests I've been taking have been negative, 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 negative. I was like, wow. She said, Harold, I can't stop thanking you. my family's gonna be ringing you because there's people gonna be ringing you for the water because they see what's done for me. I'm like, and I just like, it's like it's emotional, you know what I mean? To see someone go through that. And let me tell you something again. I talk a lot. I go to my gym and it obviously starts a conversation. I'm like the local drug dealer because I have to keep bringing bottles of water to people in the gym, right? And people come to my house. My neighbors must think, what's going on in that household? And they come out there and they get it. But honestly, on a serious tip, it's nice when you make someone feel good, you know. And it's in this business, it's like you're helping people. We've all got health challenges, yeah, and we've got the formula, we've got the right product, and everyone needs this. And I say, you know what? We leave home with our phone, don't we? We don't leave home without your water. That's my take up. Thank you.
Awesome. Absolutely. Don't leave home without it. That's great. I love that. I love that. Yeah, so many testimonials, man. And guys, this just there's not a price you can put on helping somebody get their health back to, and seeing somebody restored and just thanking you profusely, not many businesses I've joined that I am thankful to the person months after joining. I'm like, why did you put me in this business for? With this, oh my gosh, I've got so much gratitude for this product, this company, and everybody who's made this happen. So yeah, we have something pretty amazing on our hands, my friends. So thanks for that. Anybody else, let me know. I'm gonna flick back to the slides, but at any time, guys, if
Thank
you want
you.
to share, let me know, and I'll stop the slide. But when I saw this, let me just share. Go back to the slides. When I saw this, and how the wide variety of um, results people were getting just blew me away. And so, again, this video is actually in Portuguese. This gentleman here, I mean, what it's done for his skin, and we spoke about, what this product can do for you, and we've had people who, in a short period of time, again, have different health, skin issues, and they didn't think that this product would have done anything in that short period of time of them getting on the product, and yet it did, and they are having something for years, and it's amazing, like what is going on, like how amazing is it for this gentleman to go from what he was before to what he's looking like now. It's just unbelievable. We've got different types of ailments, skin issues, again for the before and afters. Again, it's just absolutely amazing on that. This gentleman here, I know Simone said I think he's the number one guy. He does a lot of business with this product. It goes all over helping people. I mean, it goes without saying. This isn't like for me, Harold, and the other people who share this with us, share it with people. This isn't tasking. This isn't a job. This is something that we would gladly do. I would gladly share this, even if I knew there wasn't a dime in it. In fact, I did when I very first came across this. A friend of mine was suffering, ironically, also with sciatica pain, and it was so bad she couldn't even, walk up the stairs in her home. I was like, nah, this is crazy. I said, if this can work on you, like all of these testimonials I was hearing, I said, this has got to at least alleviate some of the pain, because I was hearing how this was helping with so many pain issues. And Tutu's, a couple of days later, she called me and told me, she said, Leroy, the water's bad, man. The water's bad. And I'm like, really? And she's telling me, yeah, I'm put it on my leg, and I'm drinking it, and it's great. And because she was, due to her work, she stands on her feet a lot. And I was like, that was music to my ears. And I wasn't even involved. I didn't make no money from that. It wasn't about the money. I just wanted her to get out of her pain as soon as. This gentleman here, um, again, when I start to see these issues with the foot problems, diabetes, like this gentleman here, again, this gentleman has got quite powerful, and we've seen like stories like these, guys. This ain't a one-off. It's not just unique to this guy. Why he was scheduled to have he said he ran in his family where he was gonna schedule to get his leg amputated. And I know Simone knows the story better than me, but again, he was able to save his foot, not have to have the surgery. you know, and for somebody who's had, you know, a loved one who had to lose her leg in at the age of 80. I mean, my goodness, if I knew this product was around, I would obviously do what I could, not to guarantee it's going to save her, but I'm sure it would have helped her being in London, you know, with all the treatment that she could get access to, and to look at what his foot looks like after being on this product. I'm just absolutely flabbergasted. And we've had so many different testimonials, guys, about that. It's just absolutely amazing. Okay, so without a doubt, my friends, we do have something pretty amazing. Not just us, you know, how many of us have pets, had animals in, you know, around us and stuff like that, who are again going through different pains, you know, health challenges in the same manner, right? And so again, this working wonders, brilliant for farmers. You know, the produce was increased. We're adding that, obviously this is a more an industrial one, not just, you know, 3 liters of water, you know. It needed a lot more, but again it was treated, and their crops had better produce, bigger produce, the cows producing more milk. I mean, this is amazing, you know. And if you want to do your own test, you know, pour one with just regular water in, you know, bottle of flour in one water, and regular water, and one with the magnetized water, and see what it does. And that's what's going on, my friend. So with that, I am gonna give it a close at this point. But we are here, guys, to really transform and make a difference. I believe we've got probably one of the best hidden secrets out there, because without a doubt, right, we all know people are spending good money on their nutrition, they're buying health products and things of that nature. But if they're just drinking regular water to go with it, I mean, every single product that somebody's taking has to take water. When I was in the hospital visiting my auntie, they didn't have Diet Coke next to their table. No, they had water. And like just Harold went into the hospital to visit his friend, you know, and gave her this water. That's the difference. And so you can imagine, something that we've got a solution to help so many people. No health claims, just give the body what the body wants, which is water. But magnetized water absolutely takes it to a whole new level. So guys, that's me. My time's done. Simone, do you want to close out the meeting? Any last words? Please get back to whoever's invited you first and foremost, for more information, or, you know, if you want to get access to the product or whatever, get back to whoever's invited you on the Zoom. But yeah, Simone, any words? Now you're fresh from the
Yes.
Amazon. Talk to us.
Yes, I was in Amazon, and I gotta tell you, I was with the group, 37 people, and of course, we put the water there. And who is now is doing this business to take these people to Amazon? Now he worked with me with the water as well, because he tried and he loved it. And everybody like, I want that water, I want that water. And they was really surprised what the water did there in a few days, because we all together. So that's why I say to everybody, please, if you're here for the first time, just try the water. Do your best to try this water and come back here to give your testimony, because definitely you're going to come back here. So thank you again, Leroy, to that presentation. I really love it.
Bless you.
Thank you so much.
Bless
And
you.
yes, so thank you very much for everybody be here with us. And let's spread this.
Yes,
It's amazing project. So we need to spread.
absolutely. Yes, thanks very much, guys. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Same
Thank
channel
you.
next week.
Yeah.
See you on there.
Thank you, Leroy. Thank
You're
you,
welcome.
Simone.
Thank you very
Bye.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye.
Helen. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.